Hello, how's it going? This is attorney Sherrod Seward, part of the innovative immigration law intake team. And today we're talking about FOIA requests, which are used a lot in immigration, but could also be used across the board when dealing with federal agencies and trying to get information that might be hard to get. And a lot of times now we are filing FOIA requests when we get requests for evidence, denials, or other adverse decisions where there are pretty clearly some issues wrong with the analysis that went in the response. The reason why this is important to everybody is because at the end of the day, these notifications are uh, people that have pulses, that have biases, that can hold grudges, that might be having a bad day, and things of that nature. So, with that being said, it's absolutely important to keep them honest. They can see the names of petitioners, beneficiaries, and attorneys of record when they perform their adjudications. And there's definitely going to be times where they might have some feeling some type of way, honestly, about seeing the same person that they might have had a bad experience with, or whatever reasons it's out there. People are people. People make mistakes, but when it comes to adjudication of immigration petitions, where people put forth resources, sometimes filing fees of upwards of $4,000, they deserve a fair shot at getting a good adjudication. So, with that being said, when we get denials, we like to ask for the adjudication number of the officer, which is one, something that used to be automatically on these petitions, and then two, something that we were encouraged to reach out to try to figure out. And one case that we are looking at potentially litigating, just on transparency, is we've been having issues consistently with one of the clients that we work with, and with a petitioner service that we use. We just asked for the adjudication numbers, among other things, and we got some interesting responses that are common that the government will use to try to dissuade you from pursuing transparency. So let's just go ahead and add it. So here you can see that it has Sherrod Seward on here, office address. Now, one thing is we are clearly asking for communications about a petitioner and two petitioners. But here at the end, it says you are requesting records regarding U.S. born citizen and not generally under purview of USCIS. This is clearly erroneous, as they state themselves that we are looking for petitioners, Cage Warriors and SDS Sports Agency, and seeking decisions about that. This didn't have anything to do with a U.S. citizen, besides there's a U.S. citizen that owns the entity. And the request is about USCIS decision-making about visa petitions for third-party individuals, right? So this is the kind of things that you can look forward to seeing when you're trying to get transparency. And the other part that they'll use is they'll say the adjudication number is in the exception of the B6, which permits the government to withhold information about personnel, such as driver's license, social security numbers, home addresses, date of birth, and other stuff belonging to a third party considered to be personal. Now, we ask for the adjudication number that's used with their official capacity. How on earth that coincide with a B6 exception that has to deal with personal things? So now it's like, is there communications that they do regarding petitions that they're doing on the government salary, personal items? We didn't ask for any of this information besides who's the adjudication number. We didn't ask for their names or anything like that. And we asked for internal communications that were related to the case. That being said, you got to know when doing these FOIA requests that it's not going to be a cakewalk sometimes when it comes to trying to get adverse information to the government. So you got to be not discouraged by getting responses like that, and know that at the end of the day, if they give a final action, or if there's 20 days where you don't get a response of adequate information, you do have the avenue to sue in federal court to try to get that information. And that's what we intend to do a lot, not only for us, but the entire industry of immigration lawyers, and also other individuals and companies and attorneys that deal with government agencies that withhold public information. So that being said, I hope that things are going better for you. And if they're not, we are here to help. So thank you very much. And I hope you found value in this.